Don't miss the tea. Subscribe now.
Girl, sit down. No, seriously, grab that bottle of Pinot because I am about to spill the hottest, most infuriating tea you have ever heard. I feel like I am in the middle of a psychological thriller, and the villain is a manager at a pub. You know, Bob and I have been solid for like 7 years. We live in this tiny shoebox flat. If Bob sneezes in the kitchen, I say, "Bless you," from the bed. There is no space. But then Dudley enters the picture. He even saying his name leaves a bad taste in my mouth. So Bob works at this pub, right? And he's super close with Dudley. They were waiters together. But then Dudley got promoted to manager. And let me tell you, giving a man like Dudley a tiny crumb of power is like giving a chimp a machine gun. It went straight to his head. He has that toxic humor, the kind who insults you and then gaslights you by saying you are too sensitive. At first, Bob would just come home venting about unfair treatment. But then it started creeping into my life. They started gaming together. Now our flat is a postage stamp. Dudley forces Bob to game at midnight. I have to be up at 6:00 a.m. for my corporate job, and Bob is sitting 3 feet away, screaming into a headset because Dudley is winding him up. Bob realized it was affecting me. He's a sweetheart. He saw the bags under my eyes and said, "You know what? I am going to pull back. It is too late and I want to spend time with you." You would think a normal friend would be like, "Cool man, catch you on the flip side." Right? Wrong. My boyfriend's boss, Dudley, is a nightmare. When my boyfriend Bob tried to set boundaries about gaming late at night, Dudley took it personally. And worse, he started targeting me. It started with snide comments on the headset. Then the disrespect went off the charts. We were hanging out in person and a new girl walked by. Dudley turns to Bob while I am standing right there, holding Bob's hand, and goes, "Check out the new girl. Is she hot or what? You should get on that." I felt so small. My opinion of him went to enemy of the state right then. But wait, it gets so much worse. This is about him breaking the law. Dudley realized Bob was not playing games as much because of me. So this psycho starts weaponizing his job. He calls Bob at 2 a.m. demanding to play. And he explicitly told Bob, "If you do not hop on the game right now, I am giving you the trash shifts next week." I am not joking. He is blackmailing my boyfriend with our livelihood. We depend on Bob's tips. If he gets put on a slow Tuesday lunch instead of a Friday night, we cannot pay the electric bill. Dudley knows this. He is using Bob's paycheck to force him to play Call of Duty. If Bob doesn't answer, Dudley spirals, calling repeatedly, screaming voicemails like a jealous ex. It was a complete nightmare, but I thought at least our time together, our date nights, were safe. I was so wrong. The intrusion from my boyfriend's boss became constant, even on date night. Picture this, we finally have a night, just the two of us. Suddenly a ping. Dudley joins the party voice chat uninvited. "No, hey, are you busy?" just demands. One time I snapped. I grabbed the controller and said, "Dudley, Bob is not available. We are having time together. Goodbye." And I kicked him. The next day, Bob comes home looking like a kicked puppy. Dudley spent the entire shift telling everyone I am a rude bitch and that he was deeply offended. The audacity of this man to intrude in my home during my date night and call me rude. And recently, it escalated again. Bob's cousin is crashing on our couch. It is 10:30 p.m. Everyone is asleep. The cousin's phone rings. Caller ID says work. My heart drops. I answer, thinking the pub burned down. "Hello," I say, all panicked. It's Dudley. "Put Bob on," he demands. No hello, no apology. I was confused. I said, "Dudley, it is 10:30. Bob is asleep. What is wrong?" He goes, "I just wanted to see if he was awake to game." I saw red. I said, "Are you serious? You called his cousin's phone at 10:30 p.m. We are sleeping. Goodbye." The next day, Dudley wrote Bob up verbally, saying I was rude and Bob needs to control his woman. I cannot win. And the weirdest part is the jealousy. If I sit with Bob while they game and we start laughing together, the headset goes silent. Dudley stops talking. It is a punishing silence. It is like he cannot stand the sound of Bob being happy with me. He needs Bob to be miserable and subservient to him. Dudley has a girlfriend, so I do not think he is in love with Bob. It feels like pure power. He wants to own Bob. He wants to control when Bob sleeps and how much money he makes. I feel like I am going crazy. Bob is beaten down, but now I am the bad guy. Am I overreacting? Because it feels abusive. I am living with a ghost in my relationship, and that ghost signs my boyfriend's paychecks. Pour me another glass, a big one.